Horacio Pagani is a renowned name in the world of car design and engineering. With a passion for art, design, and aerodynamics, he's created some of the world's most innovative and beautiful supercars. His creativity and attention to detail are unparalleled, earning him the title of the Da Vinci of car design. Born in Argentina and trained in Italy, Pagani's combined the best of both worlds to create cars that are not only technologically advanced but also works of art. From the aerodynamic curves to the intricate details, every aspect of a Pagani car is a testament to the designer's passion and expertise. Whether it's the use of cutting-edge materials like carbon fiber or sleek aerodynamic shapes, Horacio Pagani's cars are true masterpieces that embody his vision of the ultimate driving machine. But who exactly is Pagani? Let's find out. Pagani is a success story that demonstrates sometimes the most inspiring of people can originate from the unlikeliest of origins. A man from humble beginnings who, despite many obstacles, went on to pursue his dream and dominate his chosen profession. Born in Casilda, Argentina in 1955 to Luca and Maria Pagani, Pagani's father, Luca, was a baker from Italy. As a child visionary, Pagani's obsession with the exquisite design of supercars began by carving models from balsa wood. At a young age, he was already showing a keen eye for the artistry in their design. He had a fixation for, attention to detail, and a passion for cars that went far beyond a hobby. These childhood experiments would eventually lead to a body of work that's recognized today as the toast of the motoring industry. As well as modeling, he also pored over Italian motor industry magazines sent over to Argentina from his father's homeland. In these magazines, he was able to read articles about his idol, Juan Manuel Fangio, nicknamed El Maestro. Fangio was an Argentine racing car driver who dominated the first decade of Formula One racing, notching up 5 world champion titles. Little could the young Horacio imagine at this point in his life that they would go on to become friends and business associates in the not-too-distant future. When he was 14, Horacio was given a damaged engine as a gift. With his friend Gustavo Marani, they plotted to build a go-kart. However, as is typical of Horacio's ambitions, the idea soon blossomed, and they ended up building 2 motorbikes, showing an understanding of motor mechanics way beyond his years. Despite promising beginnings, Pagani knew early on that he could not pursue his ambitions in the place he was growing up. Casilda is an area associated with agriculture and farming. There's barely a road suitable to drive a supercar on, never mind the facilities to build one. At the age of 18, Pagani enrolled with the National University of La Plata, taking up a course in industrial design. As well as studying engineering here, he could also indulge in his passion for art and design. It has been well documented that he took inspiration from the philosophy of Leonardo da Vinci. It is said that da Vinci's motto was ostinato rigore. This translates to persistent rigor. Da Vinci tirelessly pursued his art, from moving line drawings to designs for incredible inventions, and allowed no obstacle or challenge to deter him. Pagani also poured thousands of hours of study into his journey towards becoming one of the world's greatest craftsmen. Sadly, his study was cut short due to political unrest in Argentina. But this didn't hold back Pagani. He next went on to design and build his first F3 race car before his 21st birthday. This car was the catalyst for a turning point in his life. Word was now spreading about his abilities. He finally got his first real break when Renault hired him to improve the design and body of their racing car. By the time he was 23, he had helped create a Formula 2 car that competed at the top level for the Renault racing team. The car made its debut in 1979 at the Las Parejas Autodrome. His growing reputation soon got the attention of his hero, Juan Manuel Fangio, the 5-time world champion. Fangio wrote 5 letters of recommendation on behalf of Pagani to the elites of the racing and supercar industries such as Ferrari. Remarkably, he was rejected by all bar Lamborghini. They informed a delighted Pagani that they would like to employ him to work on their very first luxury SUV. Finally, he was getting closer to realizing his goal. He and his wife packed their bags and moved to Italy. To Horacio's dismay, and on arrival at the company, the project was scrapped, leaving his wife and himself struggling to make ends meet. Times were so tough, they even lived in a tent for a few months. Pagani attempted to get other jobs with Lamborghini, but was rejected every time. Eventually, he was offered a position on the shop floor as a janitor. The genius that is Horacio Pagani began his first elite car job sweeping the floor free of aluminum shavings and oil. After some time, Lamborghini eventually began to capitulate and started to utilize Pagani's obvious abilities and expertise. But it is a relationship not built without confrontation and further frustrations. After some success working on Lamborghini's Diablo, the P140, and LM002, Horacio began to develop an idea that would eventually become his legacy and trademark. Pagani's obsession with Lamborghini began well before he was an employee there. He took great inspiration from Bertone Design, the Italian industrial design company which specialized in car styling and manufacturing. But Pagani had an idea that he could take these inspirational design and engineering masterpieces to new levels by utilizing emerging technology. Today, it's almost impossible to talk about supercars without mentioning the carbon fiber that's used to construct their jet-inspired aerodynamic designs. Pagani believed that composites were the future of car design and approached his bosses to request the purchase of an autoclave to be used in their construction. An autoclave delivers perfect surface quality carbon fiber parts because of the high pressure that compresses the base materials. Pagani went to the top bosses again and again and saw his vision and idea continuously rejected by them. Lamborghini refused to invest in an autoclave on the grounds that their main rival Ferrari didn't utilize one. So why should they take a risk and move into this new and uncharted technology? Undeterred by his employer, in 1987, Horacio Pagani borrowed $500,000 to purchase and create his own autoclave that he then installed in Lamborghini's workshop floor. He still had hope that he could realize his vision. The same year, Pagani and his team built the first supercar made entirely of composite materials. Primarily made from carbon fiber and aluminum, it was much lighter than a normal car, and was created almost entirely with Pagani's self-funded autoclave. It will eventually set the template, benchmark, and top-level standard for the next generation of supercars. The Countach Evoluzione wasn't just an evolution of technology and design, it was a revolution, thanks to Pagani's belief in carbon fiber as the material of the future. 900 pounds lighter than the normal Countach, it was stronger and handled better than any of its predecessors. The Countach Evoluzione weighed around 2,200 pounds in total. That's a weight reduction of around 1,000 pounds, a giant leap forward in regard to speed and maneuverability. However, Lamborghini initially showed little faith, and the car was never released to the public. Then, to Pagani's frustration, Ferrari released the F40, a road car built mainly from composites, comprising of 11 panels made from Nomex, Kevlar, and carbon composite with a heavily ventilated plexiglass rear windscreen. Thanks to their lack of insight, Lamborghini had just been outdone by their main rival. If they had just listened to Pagani, they could have won the race. 2 years later, Lamborghini resumed work on the Countach, and this time the project was entrusted to Pagani. With this visionary at the helm, the project's an extraordinary commercial success. By the late 80s, Pagani was now chief engineer with Lamborghini. By 1990, he was one of the few engineers on the entire planet that could claim to be an expert in composites. However, projects such as the L30 and others that he worked on never see the light of day. This and other factors see Pagani becoming restless and frustrated with Lamborghini's lack of vision regarding his new technology. It's not easy to break away from one of the biggest and most prestigious companies in the world to start out on your own, but that's exactly what Horacio Pagani decides he needed to do if he's to make any further progress. Now comes the time to pursue his most ambitious of dreams and create his own supercar. In 1991, he quits Lamborghini and goes his own way, and he took his autoclave with him. To lay down the foundations of his new business and ambitions, Horacio Pagani creates Modena Designs, a consultancy company creating carbon fiber body parts for high-end customers such as Ferrari, McLaren, and others in the Formula One and aerospace industries. It is a factory and business that is still operating today. The beginnings of this enterprise eventually led to Pagani being nicknamed the King of Carbon. By 1992, he had started work on a personal project. He sets about building his dream car, and to help realize his ambition and dream, he even called in his old hero, Juan Manuel Fangio, to assist with designing the engine. The Zonda Z12 was a giant leap forward in car design. The car itself takes its name from the Zonda wind, a regional term for a powerful hot air current above Argentina. It was originally to be named the Fangio F1 after the Formula One champion, but following his death in 1995, it was given this new moniker. Finally, Pagani could realize the full potential of carbon fiber construction and design. The interior alone was a study of and tribute to the finest of craftsmanship. Next followed the Zonda C12, which debuted in 1999 at the Geneva Motor Show. It's powered by a 6.0-liter V12 engine. The C12 was capable of accelerating to 60 miles per hour in 4.0 seconds, and to 100 miles per hour in 9.2 seconds. utilizing 450 horsepower, a ferocious machine with the elegance of design that only a master could bring to the table. By this time, the design of many supercars was starting to show common characteristics and similarities. This was probably because they were designed by committee, but there is an individuality in Pagani's designs that can only be achieved via the imagination and inspiration of one man. Pagani and his team now turned out several versions of the Zonda over the next few years. The Zonda S, which presented a wide range of technical improvements including a massive 7-liter engine. This was soon followed by the Zonda F, the Zonda R, and special editions such as the Monza and the Absolute Evo. All eventually led to the celebrated Zonda Roadster, an open-top version of the Zonda Coupe. It's fair to say Pagani's cars were now becoming amongst the most desirable on the planet. Formula One champion Lewis Hamilton owns a Zonda 760 Coupe, one of the most highly sought-after cars on Earth. Why are Horacio's cars so desirable? It's because of 3 leading factors in the Pagani brand: speed, style, and scarcity. But it was in 2011 that Team Pagani once again began to rewrite motoring history all over again. Pagani builds cars that are a celebration of industry standards and a vehicle's potential. Now with his new car, the Huayra, he was ushering in a new breed of driving experience known as the hypercar. This latest model is a titan of aerodynamics, new composites, and newly added turbos. The inspiration for the Huayra actually began back in 2003, but like any Pagani passion project, thousands of hours of fixation on design and countless numbers of drawings and plans would be laid out over years before the final piece of motoring perfection would be realized. 8 years of research, evolution, and attention to the best technical solutions, including features like a carbo-titanium frame, were obsessed over during its conception. The design of the Huayra takes inspiration from the past, present, and future to bring us a timeless representation of automotive art. Just like the Zonda, the Huayra name is inspired by the wind, specifically Tata, the god of wind. The Huayra has a top speed of about 238 miles per hour, and it has a 60 miles per hour acceleration time of 2.8 seconds. Topping its predecessors and taking us from super to hypercar. The Pagani Huayra is different from its predecessor. It incorporates active aerodynamics. It's capable of changing the height of the front from the ground and independently operating 4 flaps placed at the rear in front of the car. It's a genuine feat of engineering potential being fully realized. Just like the Zonda, the Huayra has seen Pagani work on many different designs. Over the past decade, we've been presented with the Huayra BC, the Huayra Roadster, the Imola, the Huayra R, and just like the Zonda, there's also a tricolor edition. The Huayra was named the Hypercar of the Year 2012 by Top Gear magazine. His childhood dream is now a reality. It may be fair to consider the idea that Pagani only exists because Lamborghini weren't willing to help him realize his full potential and vision. Their loss is the world of motoring's gain. If you take the pinnacle of design and add a life devoted to the study of engineering, then there you will find Horacio Pagani. It is a lifetime of dedication actualized as a machine for the road. His childhood dream is a reality that still holds much in store for the future of the industry. Pagani does not rest on his laurels. The 12th of September 2022 saw the exciting news that he is next to launch a successor to the Huayra, tantalizing, called the Utopia. Undoubtedly another leap forward of artistry in the sector, and that's a work of art that probably moves at close to 240 miles per hour. Not bad for the son of a baker who now has a net worth of around $125 million. Thank you for watching, and before you leave, check out Lamborghini's story here. Ciao.